Well, it has been a minute since my last video. Hello. You want to help? What a year 2020 was. Just unbelievable. I mean, we could go into a whole video on just the craziness of 2020, but it's not for here. Just what a year is all I can say. 2020 side, I was fortunate enough to still be able to move through certain stages within my transition. So it wasn't completely put on hold. I was still able to make progress. And I guess being in lockdown allowed us time to really come to terms with each one of those stages that we had to go through during that time. So, I mean, silver lining on it all, we were able to spend the time just to look after ourselves during that time, because we did go through quite a bit, especially within the last 6 months of the year. But we are starting 2021 off on a much happier note. And today I picked up this bad boy, which is my testosterone injection. So I finally have a date for my first injection, which is tomorrow morning. So I thought I would make a video just on what I went through the past year and the steps that I've taken to get to where I am now, but also just run through the changes that are expected to happen starting from tomorrow when I get my first injection. But at the beginning of 2020, so around April, I was referred to a therapist. So I had about 3 sessions with them, and I think I touched on this in my last video, but they essentially had to diagnose me with gender dysphoria before I could then be prescribed testosterone. So that took a couple of months, and then after that I was referred to an IVF specialist. So with when you start taking testosterone, it can affect your fertility. My fiance and I discussed our options and decided that the best option for us was to speak to someone, to an IVF specialist, and look into freezing my eggs so that we could one day make a baby. So that process took a while, took about 5 months. So that took up the last big chunk of the year last year. So and that's a long story. So if anyone is interested in knowing a little bit more about the IVF experience, I won't go into it here, but if you are interested, let me know. More than happy to speak to anyone who is interested in that, or even make a video on it if enough people are interested. But after we had gone through our IVF journey, I was able to speak to my GP again and get referred to an endocrinologist. So endocrinologist is a hormone specialist, so they can prescribe me testosterone. When I got the referral, we were coming up to Christmas, so I wasn't able to get an appointment until early February. So I ended up getting an appointment on the 9th of February, so I went in and saw him. So we discussed the different options there are in taking testosterone. So there's 3 options. So the first one is an injection that you take, or that a doctor gives you every 3 months. The second one is an injection that you can take every 2 weeks. I believe that starts off with a doctor giving it to you, and then you're able to be trained to do it yourself at home. And the third option is a gel. And the gel is that you apply the gel daily, just to different areas of your body. I had read up on it before I had spoken to him, so I came in prepared. But I decided that the best option for me was to do the 3-monthly injection. So after tomorrow, so I get the first one tomorrow, and then in 6 weeks I get another injection, and then 13 weeks from that one I get another injection, and then from there it'll just be every 3 months that I get the injection, which is much better for me. I'm not a huge fan of needles, so doing the less throughout the year is going to be ideal. And I wasn't a huge fan of, I mean, it may change, but I don't like the idea of having to apply it every day. Rather just get it every 3 months and then not have to worry about it for another 3 months. So that was on the 9th of February, and then I just had to get some blood tests just to check my levels, but he's given me the all clear to go ahead. So yeah, tomorrow booked in, ready to go. I'm nervous, but I'm so excited. It feels like it's just been the longest year, but we've finally come out on top to where it's all come to a good place. So I'm beyond excited. But I wanted to go into just the changes that are going to happen. They won't happen overnight. It's going to be a gradual process. They say 2 years generally you'll see all the changes would have occurred. But from research I've done, it can vary from person to person, and some people find that it takes longer than that. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But the first thing that people will notice is my voice will gradually become deeper. I'll also start growing facial hair and building more muscle. And my fat will also redistribute from more, I guess, feminine areas into more masculine areas. So from like my hips and like butt to my stomach. And yeah, as I said, it won't happen overnight. It's all going to be gradual. But they're the changes that'll be most noticeable to other people. But I'm going to go in the gym, get that muscle growth, because I am keen to get some more muscle, because there's not much there at the moment. That's basically where I'm at the moment. So tomorrow morning I'll get my first shot, and then yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be able to film it. I'm not too sure, given with COVID, if I'll be able to, if my fiance will be able to come in and film. I'm hoping so. But we'll see what happens. But tomorrow's the day. I will be posting more updates as well along the way, just so that I know a few people have been interested in seeing the transition. So I will definitely be keeping people updated and making these videos as much as possible, just so that even for myself, just to see the changes myself, so I can look back on these videos and just see how much I have changed and pick up on things that potentially I haven't noticed, and then look back on these videos and just see how far I have come. So exciting times. I'm very excited. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.